Okay, so today is Saturday, but I'm going to explain yesterday, which was Friday, obviously. And well, it was a pretty difficult day, really, because since I started the challenge, I'm making a lot of mistakes, um, and that's because my strategy is not clear or not proven yet. So yeah, I think I have to study more and do more backtesting and find a strategy that is profitable, which is the the important thing here. Okay, so we had this on EU, as you can see. We had real liquidity to the left taken that took this low here, and then we had this breakup structure here. Okay, so my mistake from Friday was to I tried to predict, not like predict, but I expected this to be taken. For example, this high, okay, or this high, which was running with on each one. I expected that, so that made me think about looking for some trades that maybe I don't have to look for. Okay, so for example, here we had a reaction, we didn't break the low, so maybe we could break another low to induce sellers with this candle and then go higher or not, or just take this liquidity and go lower, I don't know. But I expected this to be taken. So that created in my mind a condition for to be looking only for buys, okay, which was a completely mistake. Um, yeah, so what I want to explain now is this. Let me move this. So all the time having here a line like this one, okay, um, made me feel or made me thought about going to this line all the time. Okay, so for me, I have to focus myself on M5 here because I can look for trades without knowing the higher time frame. For example, here we had a breakdown, taking all this liquidity, and the real liquidity was here. We even had a break to the upside, so buyers are now induced here. Okay. After this, we took this real liquidity to the left. We broke structure here. I think. Let me see. This is 72 and 73. So we broke the low here. And yeah, I look for a sell there. Okay, here I looked for a sell. I got a stop loss because I adjusted to match the stop loss here, I think, and I entered. Yeah, here I think I was already upset, so this was the engulfing candle for me, and I entered maybe here with the stop loss here. I got stop loss and then it went down, and this was my target. Okay. So yeah, that was a really good trade for me. Okay, so this trade was okay. Here I changed my mind and I was looking for sells. Then I made a mistake here. Okay, so I looked for a buy here, having nothing to the left. So the real liquidity was here. Okay, it already took the liquidity, it created a new high and then a lower low. So for me, this liquidity is already taken. Okay. So here I committed a mistake. You can think maybe, yeah, that's another trade. Yeah, maybe yes. Maybe entering here as a buy, it's not a mistake. I don't think that this is the breakup structure probably because these are equal lows. I think I'm not sure now. Okay, I don't think so. Low 83 and low 83. So yeah, well, I think they are okay. They are equal lows. Okay, so this is not a breakup starter, but maybe this one yes. Okay, so at this point, looking for a buy. Yeah, I understand that I'm trading at 2 p.m., which the correct timing is 3 p.m. But I can look for a buy or two maybe. Okay, but not three and going like crazy. So here I had like my engulfing, like my relevant liquidity was this one, which I don't think it's really bad. But I traded here. Um, I got an stop loss. I trade here again. I got a stop loss. I trade here again. I got a stop loss. So I got frustrated. Okay, I was just like, fuck, I don't understand this shit. So I think these trades are correct, and this trade is correct. And I just made the mistake of being impatient and not putting the stop loss above the high. Okay, so here let me see on H1 because I don't think on H1 I have an explanation of this. Okay, so here yeah, we had a break of structure down to the downside on H1 and then it went lower. For me, buys were okay, not maybe the best trade of my life, but are pretty okay. But I can't make this mistake of three buys, the same buys. No, and the stop losses, I had to adjust it. No, no, okay. So first I have to have, for me, I have to have a clear and profitable strategy, and then I can look for refining stop losses. I can look for entering more risky, but first of all, I need a strong strategy, a consistent strategy. Okay. As you can see, finally we went down. We didn't really take. Maybe this is the liquidity here. Okay, but yeah, this would be logical. We would have some logic about why we would go to the downside. Okay, but well, a continuation on a higher time frame, basically. So here, I think that this trade is correct, but I adjusted towards the SL, and I wrote this before the result. And today I made a mistake, and it was not, and it was to try to predict what would happen. Like I was looking for this high, even though this sell was okay, but not this buy. Well, this buys maybe too. Okay, yes. I had the raw liquidity on the higher time frame, but if I have on the lower time frame and my confirmation is given, I must enter. Okay, so here, for example, maybe here, but if you consider this as the raw liquidity, um, this is an SMT, okay? This is the fucking SMT. So, well, yeah, I think this is my mistake. I don't see, like, I have some good trades, but I take all the bad trades and not the good trade, okay? But well, yesterday I decided to trade GBP because we took this relevant liquidity on H1 here to the left, which is not really relevant, but we had this structure to the upside. Here we had relevant liquidity on H1 too. This was relevant liquidity on H1 perfectly taken, and that took all these equal lows. And I was looking for this to be taken probably, and I think it is going to be taken at some point. Yeah, well, yes, probably, maybe in 5 years. But because these weeks these weeks probably mean that sellers are in. Okay, so I think buyers still have some space to go and all this liquidity, but I don't know. Okay, I don't fucking know. I know that we had a breakdown, so I would expect a continuation. And here I made the mistake that I was talking on EU. Okay, so here we had relevant liquidity on M5 that took this relevant liquidity and the structure. Well, maybe the structure was this one, but yes, the relevant liquidity was taken from this one. I wasn't sure, and even that I wasn't sure, I looked for longs. Okay, so this is another mistake that I make, that sometimes I'm not sure, or because maybe EU is telling me sells, GBP is telling me buys. So opa. So if I'm not sure why I trade, okay, is there a reason? Like if I'm not sure, there's no reason. I have to be sure 100%. Or sometimes I'm going to be scared about my trade, but if there's no reason for me to not to enter, I have to enter. Okay, I must enter. So here we had a perfect trade, like ground liquidity on M5 here, fake break of structure here, then the true break, then we had the BOS here, and the liquidity taken, engulfing candle on M1, and this was the perfect trade. Okay, this pattern, perfect trade, to look for sells and take probably yeah, I don't know, this some sort of structure, so probably we would, yeah, I don't know, but this is all liquidity, so I don't know, maybe this was the target 1 to 4, and for me it's okay. So yeah, this is all liquidity, but well, not relevant. Okay, so average 1, and then it continued going lower. Here we had a break of structure to the upside, but there was nothing relevant to the left because the relevant liquidity was this one. Yeah, no. So yeah, a continuation was possible. Okay, so my mistake was I wasn't sure. I thought EU was sells, GU was buys. So this makes me doubt, and I enter with doubts, and I sells, and I don't feel good later on. And yeah, I understand that this real liquidity is pretty difficult to see, because understanding that this structure is taken from this liquidity, it's true that the real liquidity is taken from this one. Okay, but maybe the real liquidity was here, so it's pretty difficult for me. But if I doubt, I shouldn't trade. I think I saw that after the stop losses. Okay. And finally, Nasdaq. Well, a pair that I don't really trade. Like I like to analyze, but I don't find a way to trade it yet. So maybe it would be easier to trade a forex pair, okay, more than Nasdaq. So here, what do we have? We had relevant liquidity on each one taken, breaking a structure, so we could expect buys or an uptrend. On M5 we had a breakdown and then a break up. So for me this was kind of the relevant liquidity on M5, but I thought at the beginning that it was this one, so I was looking for sells. Okay, I didn't enter here. Let me take this out because it confuses me. Okay, so we do the relevant liquidity here. This was relevant liquidity. Okay, so for me, we were looking for sells, really. Yeah, for sells, we had this break of structure, and then it came back here, and I thought this was an SMT. So then when it came back, I was looking for sells again, but after all this, I didn't want to enter, and yeah, and finally it went up, and in the afternoon, as you can see, it's pretty crazy. Nasdaq taking here this Then it never took the liquidity until the night. Then it went down, it took all this liquidity. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, Nasdaq. I don't know if I should be looking at Nasdaq, and maybe another forex pair would be better, but yeah, it is what it is, and that's it. That's my reflection. I don't know, my understanding about what happened yesterday, about what I'm doing wrong. And yeah, if I know what I'm doing wrong, maybe I should try to improve this. And well, my account was 95,000 and now it's 92,000 because all the stop losses that I had yesterday, well, my mistake. So here we had a clear sell, or maybe if it wasn't clear for me, I shouldn't trade it like this buys. And well, I'm just trying to learn, but it fucks me that when I have a challenge, it goes everything wrong. I have to, well, maybe it's good, maybe because I'm putting myself, um, I put myself in a difficult way, but I learn from this. So maybe all these mistakes help me um, to improve my strategy, my mindset, and maybe I need this. Okay, so I think I have to practice more, and I just don't want to be angry about this. Okay, I got angry here, really angry. I punched the table, and yeah, I punched the table and I stopped. At the same moment, I stopped because I was thinking about, like, I can do this. If I punch the table, I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm just a gambler. So I don't want to be a gambler. I want to be a professional. And well, all this um, thought process that I'm trying to have and think about my mistakes and understanding, and just not to trade is good. Okay, so I took all these trades because I wanted to trade. I didn't feel comfortable about these trades, but I traded anyway. So this is so difficult for me because maybe next week I'm going to make the same mistakes. Maybe not. I'm gonna try to to not make them. I think I'm improving a lot my mindset, but I'm still having this kind of mistakes that are the really ones that fuck me. Okay, not just having a stop loss, but why I'm having that stop loss. Because if you are sure about the trade, if you really think that that trade is good, you don't get angry. Okay, you don't get mad. And of course, I have to practice more about the strategy. I have to understand more these mistakes and how to make the strategy more clear. Not clear because it's clear, but more concise, or yeah, it's a word that I said before. I don't know now. Mm, More concrete, or yeah, like I have to have everything really clear and have the confidence about the strategy, and then I would only take the trades that I really trust, that I really like, and if I don't feel comfortable, I'm understanding and I'm seeing that if I trade a trade that I'm not comfortable with, I usually fuck up that trade and I have an stop loss. So yeah, a lot of mistakes to improve, and now doing challenges, but I'm trying to buy maybe 10k challenges, not 100k, and at least I'm doing a challenge and I'm improving during a challenge. Okay, so yeah, this is my reflection now. This is a really good video, I think, for me, for myself, and well, I'm going to save it and try to think about these things. Okay, so well, see you on Monday.